green out there. The leaves are green. Yeah, the leaves are green. But I remember last year, you know, I went for a ride down Old Ocean View in the city of Norfolk. Yeah, I do remember. I was riding my sheriff's car, and Matthew talked me into getting out. Well, we got to park the car first. Yeah, they got to park the car. You don't park the car, you're going to get run over when the car is moving. Yeah, and it seemed like a harmless idea at the time. Tell them why that you wanted to get out of the car. Because I wanted to look at the leaves. See, in the fall, October, the leaves, they're green right now because it's the summertime, you know. I'm looking out the window looking at them leaves. But in the fall, it gets cold and the leaves, they start to die and fall off. Before they die and fall off, they start changing colors, man. I named 3 colors. Orange, purple, brown, yellow, and some kind of mixtures of all those colors together. And it's really cool to look. And that's why he wanted me to stop the car and get out, right? Well, kind of like that, but I wanted to bag up a whole bunch of the leaves for my girlfriend so she could do arts and crafts, you see. Arts and crafts. Yeah. See, what you do is you take the leaves and you put it between the piece of wax paper on each end, top and bottom, and then you get a washcloth and you put it between the washcloth and you get an iron and you melt the wax on the leaf. Why do you do that? Because then you got a bookmark. And the leaf doesn't get all dried out and break up, and it's really pretty. Red, brown, yellow, purple, you can imagine. You'll have to try that sometime with Mom. All right, so like I said, it seemed like a good idea. And we bagged up a couple bags of those leaves. Yeah, we did. And like he said, it seemed like a good idea. A harmless idea, actually, at the time, until about an hour later. Tell them what happened. Well, I started getting itchy. Tell them where you started getting itchy. Well, I'll tell you why I was itchy, first of all, don't you think? Yeah, go ahead. I got poison ivy. See, what you see on the outside isn't what you get on the inside. Like drugs and alcohol. They got 3 colors in, you know, red, orange, yellow, purple. And sometimes drug dealers try to trick good kids like you into taking them because you think it's candy. That it's not candy, they're trying to set you up. Anyway, the leaves are kind of like that picture too, because what you see on the outside isn't what you get on the inside. I saw 3 leaves, I saw the craft to make bookmarks that I didn't know on the inside. There was poison ivy mixed into that, and I was going to get itchy. And where were you itchy? Well, behind the ear, in the nose, under the chin, under my armpit, in the belly button, and on the bottom of my feet, and in between my smelly toes. I was scratching worse than Deputy Dog, sleep-eating dog. I literally was scratching fellow, I got to tell you that. It wasn't really funny at the time. It took me 2 weeks to get that poison ivy oil off my skin. What did you use to get it off? Well, mostly we used ivory soap and then calamine lotion. You ever hear of calamine lotion? Yeah, it's a good lotion. That helps you get rid of that poison ivy. So, you learned a good lesson. Drugs looks good in the outside. Sometimes, the leaves look good, but we got to be careful because what we see on the outside isn't always what we get on the inside. That's right. Yeah, you said that, didn't you? Yeah, just saying that for emphasis. Yeah, you got to emphasize that. Now, why are we emphasizing that? Because to be successful in school, yeah, and then sports too. You like playing basketball? Yes. I can't hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, I like playing ball. Hoops. Yeah. I'm not real good at jumping, but I like to shoot, you know. And to be successful at that, you got to be drug-free. Why? Well, because if you're not drug-free, drugs will get to a point where you lose control. And then you go out of control, you see. And that's not good, being out of control, because then you can have an accident, you see. I understand, like, can you imagine, y'all like to ride bikes? You do? Can you imagine if you're riding your bicycle and you had a marijuana lead and you're high on marijuana and your mind wasn't working and your eyes are blurry and you can't see? You'd probably hit a tree or something, you know? Yeah, you might run into a car. That's not good. It hurts you. So drugs can make you lose control and go out of control. Same thing with adults. If they're riding a car and they're drinking and driving, you know, doesn't matter who you are, if you're a football player or if you're an ordinary person like us. There's consequences. If your brain isn't working and your reaction is slow, we can hurt ourselves or hurt somebody else. Yep, got to be careful. How about that lady in jail who was on cocaine? Well, cocaine is another drug, Matthew. And there was a lady, she had 4 kids. And she used to get her money every month in the mail, the check. And you know what she did? Am I telling the story? Oh yeah, I'm sorry, you can tell the story there. And instead of buying food for her kids, she was buying cocaine. Oh, that's not good. That's the lady that was stealing stuff, huh? Am I telling the story or are you telling the story? Oh, I'm sorry, it's such a good story, though I like to get involved in it. Go ahead and tell it about the lady. Because she used her food money for drugs, she had to do something else to compensate for the money. She didn't have to buy the food for the kids, which was what? She went in the food line, and she filled up the cart with food, and she wheeled the cart out of the store without paying for it. And that's against the law. It's called stealing. It's a felony if it's over $200. Yeah. And drugs got her to the point where she couldn't think. And she lost control and went out of control and did something bad. She broke the law. Yeah. She ended up in jail. So, and getting back to the basketball thing. If you want to play basketball, you need a clear mind and a clean body so you can study. Yeah. You know that marijuana weed makes you lazy. It does. It's got high THC in it. And it makes you lazy. You just want to sit around. You don't want to shoot basketball. You don't want to study the game. You just want to be lazy. You don't want to be lazy. It's not a way to get ahead. So hang around friends that want to make those good choices. Stay drug-free. Learn. Good habits. Respect. Positive attitudes. Yep, that's the way to get ahead. I guess that's all I wanted to say. I got a little story to tell you. You already told the story. Well, it's kind of not really a story. It's a little song. All right, go ahead. It kind of goes like this. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hand. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hand. If you're happy and you know it, then your life will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hand. If you're happy and you know it, slap your knee. If you're happy and you know it, slap your knee. If you're happy and you know it, then your life will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, slap your knee. If you're happy and you know it, say, don't use them drugs.
Don't use them drugs.
If you're happy and you know it, say, don't use them drugs.
Don't use them drugs.
If you're happy and you know it, then your life will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, say, don't use them drugs.
Don't use them drugs.
Why not there, Matthew? Because drugs will get you to the point where you lose control and go out of control. And remember, things don't always look the same on the outside as they do on the inside. Like colored leaves and poison ivy, and like colors on drugs and the consequences of using drugs. That's right. Thank you for letting us present that drug awareness talk to you today, and we'll see you next year. How about that? Next fall, we'll see you in the school. And this is Matthew signing off. Adieu.